What is up, everybody?
Hello.
How's
Finally,
it going?
feel like it was just yesterday we were watching and talking about the trailer for Kenobi. And finally, they dropped episodes 1 and 2 on us.
Surprised us with
Yes.
release.
And I couldn't be more excited that we're finally in some new content. It's feeling a little
New content
lost.
that doesn't involve Tatooine
True.
for the
Yes.
most part.
So yeah, everybody's seen it. Everybody has digested it. What was everybody's first overall reaction after you got done with episode 2?
Well, the ending of episode 2 was just awesome.
Yeah, it's super excited.
Yeah.
The ending of episode 2 is why we got 2 episodes. Because if they would have not shown us Vader the first week that the show came out, people probably would have rioted. That's 100% what I believe, is that they literally gave us 2 episodes just to have that last 30 seconds right there.
Right. And it's weird to see the Hayden Christensen all, like, because you see like the promos like that they're all doing and everything, and he's got his hair and he's looking happy and whatever, and then you see him in the show and he's all burnt and just all rugged looking. It's like, oh yeah, that's him. That's Vader.
I'm hoping we get more shots of him outside his suit. See what how far they went, but maybe we won't. Maybe that's all we'll get.
Right. So before, obviously, episode 2 was the one that I guess people will probably want to talk about more. But I feel like we need to acknowledge episode 1 and kind of talk about, like, Kenobi completely cutting himself off from the Force, and obviously his name, still keeping an eye on Luke and everything. And Owen is an asshole.
He's a grouchy middle-aged man.
He could have been worse. He could have just got rid of his Obi-Wan problem right then and there.
Yeah.
Could have. Hunter and I were actually sitting there looking at each other, wondering he actually might flip on him to get rid of his problem. But we've all seen A New Hope and know kind of how things play out.
Mm-hmm. But that's like where I found myself, like, being suspenseful, like, for like a split second. I was like, is she gonna kill Owen? And then I'm like, come back to my senses that he doesn't get killed till way later.
R.I.P.
Toasty.
Well, I guess the opening scene, when they show the Order 66 going on and all the Padawans and stuff, and it took me the second watch through to catch it. But do you think one of those Padawans, on why Reva has such a hard on for Kenobi, was she one of those kids? Because they focused on it, the black girl with the pigtails, more than the other kids.
So possibly, but there's I was reading on that, the Grand Inquisitor said that we found you in the gutters, so like there's a lot of people think, well, maybe she's not, because Jedi Temple wouldn't be the gutters unless he's not from the Jedi Temple. He's not like converted Jedi, and he thinks that is trash.
Good.
Yeah, well, his species, I think, is they don't like the Jedi.
Could have been Tria.
I forget what they're called.
I did like that scene. Another scene inside the Jedi Temple during Order 66. I was happy.
That's what I wrote down. Gave us a little bit different view of Order 66.
Right. Well, I thought we were gonna finally see what the hell happened with Grogu.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was waiting on it. I'm like, oh god, where's he at? But and then even before that scene happened, they were showing kind of like a quick montage, start to finish, basically all the
really
prequels. Cool. And I don't know if Hunter has actually seen all of the prequels. I'm like, well, there you go. There's your little synopsis of pretty much what happened in 3 minutes of the prequels. But I did like the little refresher of kind of everything.
Was that an extra scene or a deleted scene where Yoda's talking to Obi-Wan saying, I can teach you how to talk to Qui-Gon?
No, that's
Obi-Wan.
right at the end of episode
Yep.
3.
That is okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He said something like training you have to do in exile or whatever.
I want to circle back to the Qui-Gon theory I have at some point too, but we can wait till we talk about the second episode on that.
So Kenobi, Ben, I guess we have to call him now. Ben. What were they cutting up? What was that?
Looked like a fish, like a giant fish carcass, like
Either giant fish or
like a
some sort of like
sandfish.
crate dragon. I mean, it could
I
have
was
been a
gonna say
crate
Craig
dragon.
Dragon.
But like he went full on. I'm a working man. I'm gonna punch the clock every day.
Has to live a simple life. He said.
I liked his little conversation he had with the Jawa.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
that was hilarious.
I thought that was when they were going to be like roommates at first.
They talked like they were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it was a once a week thing. He sees that Jawa.
yeah. It was a good back and forth, and I liked it because it kind of reminded me of the Clone Wars Obi-Wan. The sense of humor and stuff.
Yeah.
Not that Ewan McGregor's didn't have it in the prequels, but obviously you got to see a lot more from the cartoon.
Right. And back when we first talked about, I think it was after the trailer had dropped, the first trailer, and we got on here and we did kind of our fan theories and whatever. I remember saying that the way that the Inquisitors were going to lure Obi-Wan out was kidnapping Leia Organa.
Yeah, you called that.
What happened?
Just like to toot my own horn on that one. I did not think it was more wishful thinking because I knew, like, you know, we were going to see a little bit of Luke, but I kind of thought we would have seen a little more of him. But, you know, I'm not going to say that we won't. You know, I guess
Maybe
there's
at the end of the show.
4 episodes left.
Dude,
But I have been loving the interaction with Leia and, you know, Bail Organa, you know, seeing the relationship with her mom.
Her roasted
Agreed.
cousin was hilarious.
Yes. Just like the wit from a 10-year-old like that, like, was perfect.
She's also a parkour champion, apparently. Can evade people in the forest, like grown adults run faster than him. You can also run and jump across buildings. You know, for a 10-year-old, she's got it.
Okay, the main dude that kidnapped her, is that Flea from the Red Hot
Yeah,
Chili Peppers?
that's Flea.
Okay, I thought that's who it was, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I hated that ridiculous orange
Yeah.
shirt they made him wear.
You guys figure out who Han is from Fast and the Furious, which character he plays?
Yeah, he's fifth
Yeah.
brother.
Yep.
That's him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it right away until he started talking.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, did you
And then-
know that? Speaking of cameos, there's all kinds. The girl that gave him Spice, that's his daughter. That's his own daughter. It's McGregor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
oh, no shit.
I did not know that.
Like they're handing all sorts of cameos.
I did like Leia's smart-ass comment. I don't know if it was in the first or second episode about Grandpa, maybe.
Oh, second. But so I don't know if it messes with the canon or whatever, because like in A New Hope, do you think when she goes, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope or whatever, and recorded it to R2, do you like, I always thought, oh, she just heard stories of Obi-Wan, like she doesn't actually know who he is, because that's what I always thought. But now obviously she knows who he is.
Right.
Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe she forgets. I don't know. I know it's only like 8 years difference, but
Well, they also named their kid Ben, you know.
that's fair. Touche. But that's in the Disney.
That's another
Disney
universe.
It's fucking, that doesn't
Ben
matter.
Solo.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Is Rebels canon now? Is it still canon?
Always been.
Is it now though?
I
Think
still
about what happened.
I think it is. I don't think he's dead.
Is he dead? I don't think he's dead.
I don't
yet.
think so.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
He dies 5
Didn't he
years
have a
later.
line that says like there's things worse than death? Didn't he
Yes,
say
there's,
that at, like, some
there's
point?
places that are worse than death or something like
Yeah.
that.
That's what when that happened. I literally said out loud, like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
I got that written down.
Like, because I've rewatched Rebels like 3 times, and I know exactly when the Grand Inquisitor dies in that scenario. Like,
Do you think since they have the technology, he could in fact be a clone? That's who they could be testing on, like that.
I never
That
thought
guy?
of that.
never
That's
thought of that. Yeah,
interesting way of looking at it. Damn.
no one's ever dead in Star Wars.
Do you
That
guys
is
think
also
she's
true.
gonna go like solo now, trying to hunt Obi-Wan by herself, Reva, or do you think that Vader will be like impressed that she took the initiative and tried to have him killed and tried to and welcome her back still?
I don't know.
I would.
I think Vader's gonna kill her.
I don't
I don't think she's gonna die.
He's gonna kill her, but I don't think he's gonna be too happy. I feel like everything with Vader has to be precise and all about
Thought
rank.
out,
And like you listen, because I mean, like with Anakin in the Clone Wars, everything, you know, like you had General Commander, you listen to this guy's in charge of this. Because I mean, even when, you know, the last episode of Clone Wars, when you know, they were talking about, you know, Ahsoka couldn't lead or whatever, so they had to promote Rex to technically
Commander,
lead
yeah.
everybody because, you know, Ahsoka was out of the Jedi Order or whatever. But, you know, does he still hold those values that like he had learned growing up? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. I think he's gonna be pissed off, but I don't think he's gonna kill her. I also thought that the Grand Inquisitor was gonna be around till episode 6.
Yeah, for sure.
But I
So,
guess, you know, with that segue, we can, you know, kind of branch into episode 2, kind of talking about
because you brought up something about Rex.
that was
That was
think
not
that was
Rex.
him?
wasn't it?
That
I don't think it was Rex, but that was Mark Morrison's character playing a Clone War.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
he was one of the
absolutely.
501st too, wasn't
he
it?
was
Yeah, it was a
501st. He was wearing
501st.
501st armor.
yeah.
So
For
technically, okay, the 501st is now Vader's fist.
Yep.
After Order 66. Right.
Yeah.
So then why this guy didn't make the transition to Stormtrooper or whatever,
He could have.
dishonorably discharged, whatever.
He might.
The accelerated aging, you know, like at 10 years later, they're all old at that point. You know, they're old.
Mm.
That's why he's got that beard. That's why he's old. That accelerated aging, like literally 10 years later, there's probably no one left from the 501st.
Right.
And also, maybe his inhibitor chip was messed up. I mean,
Maybe.
it's not uncommon.
Nope.
It's happened more
Bad
often
matches.
than not.
Proving that, and then all the rebels,
Mm-hmm.
all the ones you beat in Rebels.
Mhm.
So was it Captain Rex?
I think he would have recognized Kenobi if it was Rex.
Right.
Like-
Kenobi did look at him though, kind of like, hey.
Yeah, he did.
So
Well, of course, Kenobi's going to look at him. They all look the same.
Fair.
from what I always remember about Vader from like the comics and stuff, like no one was allowed to know that he was Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, I got that too. How does Raven know that?
Right. So that kind of plays back into your temple theory, like her being the girl in the beginning. Like she saw something, you know, she knew something. She saw the clone troopers call him Lord Vader, you know, or I don't know. That's an interesting, see if they touch on that or if they just like act like it's no big deal. It'll be interesting.
Because he's killed people to keep that secret.
Imagine having to make a Star Wars show and take everything into account, like all this shit, you know what I mean? And make people happy. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be stressful.
Yeah.
You gotta start at the beginning. You gotta make it's like that meme from the dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You gotta branch off and
Yeah.
you gotta basically have like a focal point to like your end game of like where you want to start and where you want to get, and you got to connect your dots in between to make sure everything lines up, because if it doesn't, you're gonna get fucking roasted for it.
Yep.
Another thing about the first episode that a Skyhopper toy that he bought for Luke, isn't that the same thing he's playing with in the first movie in A New
It
Hope
is.
when you first see him?
It is.
Okay.
You know how that show's going to end. That show, Obi-Wan's gonna end with you see a young Luke playing with that toy. That's how this show's gonna end. Guarantee it.
Because there's only like what 8 years between Kenobi and A New Hope.
8 or 9, something like that. Yeah.
Because he has like
Luke's 18 when he
18 or whatever.
Yeah. And what makes me kind of happy, and I don't like a good anxious, is like all the previews that, like all the scenes that we saw in the previews, we pretty much seen in the first 2 episodes.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, there's so much that we haven't seen.
It's like, okay, the next 4 episodes, we pretty much haven't seen shit now. Like,
yeah, the only thing we haven't seen is the Inquisitor's planet or hideout or whatever.
Yeah.
That's it.
Inquisitoris.
What'd you think of that ship?
That was fucking sick.
Looks cool ship.
Looks like a Sith temple is the vibe I kind of got. Like a flying Sith temple.
Other thing is, Ben, he pretty much left the other Jedi out to dry. Like, just, I don't know, you get the fuck away from me. Like, go die, pretty much.
Did you guys recognize that Jedi from anything else?
I didn't. I wrote who it was.
I think he's I think he was brand new for the show.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some tie where he fits in somewhere. I felt bad because I'm like, I feel like I should know this guy, but I have no idea what you're from, dude.
Yeah.
I felt like he looked in the show.
He looks so young, like compared. Like obviously he must have been a Padawan.
Oh yeah. Do you guys think that Obi-Wan has cut himself up till where we're at in the timeline? Do you think he's cut himself off from the Force?
Yes.
And that's why when he has that nightmare, he says Master Qui-Gon, and like nothing's there.
Yeah. And he's like, I could use you.
Yeah, when he used the Force to save Leia, I think now it's going to start opening him back up to the Force, and we're going to, then it just goes back to how stupid does it sound for Yoda to tell him to go train to be able to speak to Qui-Gon? Like, that doesn't make any sense then. So I don't know that.
If they almost make it, if he did cut himself off from the Force, they almost make it like a light switch, like, oh, you can just turn this off whenever you want and turn it back on only when you need it.
But he struggled to use it. Like,
yeah, he barely saved her. Yeah. I think he's been turned off for quite some time. Like, maybe he tried to talk to Qui-Gon, maybe he did in the first few years, but then I'm
gonna be so mad if we don't see Liam Neeson reprise his role as a Force ghost. If they just troll us and that's all they give us,
they'll do it.
Yeah, probably.
They'll do it.
Even if it's only for like one scene and maybe just a voice, not actually see him. It'll still be worth it.
Anybody get Breaking Bad vibes from when he was in like the spice meth lab?
Yes.
I was gonna Photoshop a picture of Kenobi onto like a Breaking Bad poster of Heisenberg.
I even said to Brittany, I was like, "Oh, look, it's Walter Kenobi."
Everybody believed. Like, damn.
I thought the same thing. Do you think, which I guess this goes back to our video from a couple months ago, but do you think we will see any Jedi or ex-Jedi that we know from Rebels, or do you think we'll see
I've been trying to think about what's a familiar face that we're gonna see, who
did you see what I shared in the Discord before this? So
no,
the new game is taking place the exact same year that this show is going on in the timeline, Kenobi.
What is
the new Star Wars game? That timeline with that game is the exact year that this is happening right now in Kenobi.
Makes sense. So we're gonna get a Cal at some point.
So
why not have what's his name play it? I mean, he's the voice actor. I mean, it just makes so much sense just to have him.
Literally,
he's been doing a lot of Disney events too.
Right.
He's in it, like, for sure.
Yeah, we're
I didn't even think about that. He has been doing a lot of like.
He's been at what's that
Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be in the show.
What the heck is that kid's name?
Oh God, he's from.
He did Liam and Liam, or not Liam.
He's
was it Liam? Ian from Shameless.
He was the Joker in Gotham too.
Yeah, he's a Joker. He was a really good Joker. He was awesome.
Jerome.
I thought, anyways.
Jerome. Yep.
Cameron Monaghan.
Yeah, that's what it started with an M.
That would be kind of cool to see him.
that they did was, Leia's kind of always had a weird obsession with droids, and they really showed that it started at a young age in episode 2. Like that little CD droid.
Lola.
Yes. And, she's always been that person to
And a rebel.
like treat, everyone and everything like equally and kind and like gentle. And like they show her like doing that at such a young age. Like they did such a good job with her character on this show so far. I'm impressed. I love that.
All I see when I see a new droid is $signs for Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They already, at the Star Wars Celebration, they already have like a toy that you can buy that's Lola that moves and everything. Like, it's crazy.
That's why George Lucas wanted that merchandise license.
They showed C-3PO and R2.
Yeah, but they
were
weren't
both
like
there.
local characters. They were just in the background. Which
Yeah,
was
they were
super
just in the
cool.
background, which was cool. Because I watch everything with subtitles.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, it's just Jerica's got
And
me.
one of the scenes where it showed C-3PO talking, it actually showed in parentheses C-3PO speaking,
Mhm.
and then R2 was like beeping, and it came up and said R2D2. I just thought that was kind of
It was
cool.
very quick too. Like if you
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
paying close enough attention, like the C-3PO one, I almost missed because
Mhm.
it was just like a quick second on the screen.
You see R2 like around Leia at that young of an age, and you think to the Rise of Skywalker when
He was there.
like
There at the
they're
end.
at the birth during
At the death.
her growing up, and then basically at the death, and it's just like, God damn it.
And he never once had his mind wiped. They never wiped his memory.
That's
So he-
okay.
He remembers it all.
I have said that before, and I don't know which one of you said that he's had his memory wiped. I know
Yeah,
I don't
some-
think so.
that's I've literally read that multiple times that they both had their memory wiped.
Okay.
So maybe in a non-canon, or
Someone's
maybe it's in a
lying.
non-canon thing. Who knows? We'll have to do some research
Like-
on that.
Obviously, C-3PO did in the newest
Yes.
sequels.
But I always thought that was why R2 was so sought after, was because he went on all those missions with Anakin and everything with Leia, yada yada yada. You get so far in, it's like
Mhm.
all the shit that R2 has done, and he's
Mhm.
never had his memory wiped.
Yeah, he's never been wiped, I don't think.
Well,
That's
even
the impression that I was under. Now,
even in Clone Wars, like in one of the first seasons, Obi-Wan was getting after Anakin for like not wiping R2's memory.
After a mission, and he said, "Okay, I'll do it," and he never did.
Well, he got lost. He got picked up by those bounty hunters or those
Yeah,
scrappers or whatever, and then almost got sold to whatever it was at the time, but the Empire at the time. But
because
it's crazy that Anakin, well, I guess Vader, never tried to get rid of R2, or like either bring R2 with him, or like, hey, that thing would be a really handy thing to have on our side, on the dark side. But maybe he thought that R2 was never around or whatever.
he could have thought he was destroyed, possibly. But even in, I think, Mandalorian, when Luke and Ahsoka are on that whatever planet where he's building the new temple, like R2 and her kind of share a moment.
Yeah.
And it's like, obviously he remembers who she is. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously R2 would know that Anakin is Vader, so you would think that you'd want one other loose end kind of tied up. But
Can we talk
Neither here
about
nor
how
there.
well of a job they're doing with incorporating like all the different species into the shows? Like they had one of the guys that kidnapped Leia was the same species as Maul.
Yeah.
what are they called? They're
the one
from
that cut
Dathomir.
Kenobi's hand.
Yeah,
I know they're
They're from
not
Dathomir.
called Knight Brothers, but
I have a weird name.
no, they really do. Literally,
Yeah, they've been
Species
starting to get
that
a lot
you-
better.
they're probably even putting their own fucking new ones in there. There's shit that I've never even seen before. It's
Well,
like,
that one, like, Tyrannosaurus Rex
He was
bounty
Yeah.
hunter from the second one.
alligators sniping around looking
Yeah.
thing.
It was Blue
That-
from Jurassic Park.
But that species has actually been around in the Star Wars universe already.
Hell
I've
yeah.
never seen it before. At least I don't remember it anyway.
Kenobi can't shoot worth the fuck.
No.
So uncivilized.
He's got that stormtrooper aim.
For reals. He one who trained him.
He's never been a fan of guns, remember?
I like how you could tell like they didn't do a lot of hand-to-hand combat as Jedis. So when he's like fighting those guys in the hallways and he's like punching stuff, he's like you can tell he's like not enjoying it.
No. You can tell it's taking like everything in his being not to just strike up his lightsaber and cut him in half.
So when he went and dug up his lightsaber out in the desert, that was Anakin's that was with his, right?
Yes.
Figured so.
I wonder if that's the same place where he put hers.
No, she put him at the Owens farm.
I just wanted to get Dallas going a little bit.
How did they know?
About Rey Skywalker, she's the best.
Mary Sue.
How do they know what?
How do they know where they buried him?
It's got to be like a Force thing, like like he
got to be a connection to their Kyber crystal or something like that.
Yes, yeah. Could have a little droid that like pops out like he had at his house too when he got close.
I was thinking that was R2 at first. I was like, did he bury R2 in the sand?
I thought maybe it was like remnants of R4 like left over that he had because R4 got destroyed. I think at the beginning of
in the buzz by one of those buzz droids, just decapitated him.
Dude,
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, he was kind of a like grumpy old man towards Leia's dad. His name's escaping me.
Bail.
Like, I don't want to help you. Get out of here. Leave me alone.
Find someone
Let me
else.
die in peace.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been, think about it, 10
obsessed.
years he's been like on one path.
True.
Only protecting the Luke. Yeah.
Why though? Why? Like the fascination with Luke. Like, why not? Why not split it with like
rebuild the Jedi Order? That's how I don't know. That's their future, you know.
Because even in that galaxy, men are still the superior sex, apparently.
You're gonna get us in trouble, Remy.
I said apparently.
Don't worry, the 0 women watching are mad right now.
Oh yeah. But I don't know. I like, Bale pretty much had to get on his, hands and knees to beg.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I felt like Kenobi being there when both of them were born and to know that, like, okay, this one's in trouble. Like, okay. Well,
Yeah, it
fuck,
seemed very out of character.
Luke, what would he have done if it was Luke that went and got kidnapped?
Oh, he would have pulled that lightsaber out real quick.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I mean, all the trouble that Leia did give him, I guess I don't blame him in hindsight. Like,
Right.
I thought they did a pretty good job with both episodes.
Anything you guys didn't like from the
That's what
first
I
two
was-
episodes?
I was gonna ask.
The way the Grand Inquisitor was killed, if that is true.
I don't understand how they didn't. How powerful that Reva seems. Granted, that she couldn't pick up on Luke or even Obi-Wan. Like, granted, yeah, he's cut off from the Force, but still seems weird that she wasn't able to sense him regardless.
But like this time, no one really knows about Luke, right? He's just kind of hiding out in the farm.
Yeah,
Technically,
Whereas
yeah.
everyone knows about Leia. Like,
That's
Leia
true.
is the daughter of a high Senate power, whatever you want to call it.
Right, and they weren't kidnapping Leia because they knew who she was. They were
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
to get a bail, you know.
Yeah,
They-
they were trying to draw Kenobi out.
yeah. Reva just thinks she's Organa's kid.
I'm sorry, I can't stand her character. I don't know what it is.
The acting is bad.
It
Moses
feels
Ingram
bad,
is
doesn't
not
it?
good.
Like, it's like
Yeah.
she wants to be aggressive, but she's not aggressive. She wants to be. I don't get it.
Yeah, Moses
Maybe
Ingram
she
is
gets
not
better.
good for this role, in my opinion.
I liked her.
No, yeah, and that's everyone. It just is what it is. It'll be interesting to see how her character continues to develop in the show based on some of the spoilers I've read.
She kind of reminds me of like a young Anakin, where just super motivation driven. Like she wants to be the best, but she doesn't quite have all the skills honed in yet that it takes to. So she's just trying to outplay it.
I think she's going to flip sides. I don't see them writing her character as a purely evil person.
I don't know. Seems like she really wants to kill Jedi.
She also didn't think twice to kill Grand Inquisitor, though, either.
True.
That's fair. And we don't know whose side she's trying to get in good graces with. We don't know if it's necessarily Vader. I mean, I'm assuming it's Vader, but it never really
She
disclosed
cut
it.
that old lady's hand off like it was nothing, too. Just see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was going to kill Owen
yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Palpatine?
No. God, I hope not.
Why not?
I think so. Hasn't Ian McDermott pretty much already all but...
Well, he's been talking recently, like doing a bunch of stuff.
Technically, he died. No, he didn't die yet. Never mind. I'm an idiot. We're good. Timelines.
It's hard to keep it all straight. I understand.
It really is. When you guys were talking about Rebels and whatever earlier, I'm trying to like sit and think in my head, like, okay, when the fuck did Rebels happen?
Rebels was like 4 BBY, I think.
Rebels
And
was like
this
the
takes
start of
place-
the rebellion, pretty much.
Yeah, this takes place at 9 BBY. Battle before Yavin, but you guys know that because you're smart.
Some
I'm
days.
not smart.
I don't know. I don't really have any negative or like things that I disliked about it.
Are you guys on the hate train with the way they made the Grand Inquisitor look? There was
I don't give a shit what he looks like.
I kind of hated his like take on it, like not the way his attitude was. Like on an interview, they were like, he's like, no, I didn't watch any of Rebels. I didn't watch any of that.
He knew he was dying right away. Like I ain't putting any effort into
That's kind of
this.
what I thought too. Like maybe he's out there saying that stuff out of spite. Like he found out, like he thought he was going to have this role, and then he found out he was going to die. And he's like, I'm not a big character, you know.
Yeah.
It just that whole attitude, like I'm not gonna care about all the stuff prior about the Grand Inquisitor. Like that was just a weird take.
Yeah.
I like I like the way he talks. I like the speech he gave in the bar.
His eyes were cool.
How he's just like, yeah, we don't need to hunt the Jedi. The Jedi will reveal themselves to us. It's fine.
Okay, I do have one thing that I wasn't a fan of. Okay, so the rooftop scene when Kenobi's exchanging fire with the bounty hunter, and Reva is, kind of looking across and she sees the gunfire. Okay, well, she jumps down and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna fucking run over here. It's like, okay, what, like in Rebels, the sabers, when they spin, they're basically a glider to where they can go over there. And I'm sitting there like, fucking use the goddamn saber, glide over there. Let's see it.
But if you noticed when she first struck up her saber, it's not like the other Inquisitor sabers.
Yeah, she only
it's a
has
normal saber.
half of it.
Yeah.
Lame.
Because the others carry it on their back. You can see it when they're walking away and stuff, but she doesn't have that.
Oh.
She only has the half, like, cutlass.
But don't they fold out too? I thought they folded out in Rebels.
No, I don't think they do.
Oh.
I think they just ignite from both ends of the like little circle thing that uses them as a helicopter, pretty much.
I ignite from both ends.
I liked it when when the Grand Inquisitor used it on Flea.
I wish I could have seen what happened.
When he just like pulled it, like I don't know what he was doing because like he was just holding it and it was going. He wasn't moving it closer to Flea, but Flea kept coming closer to him.
Oh, fucking like a lawnmower.
Yeah,
There
that
was
would
a
have been
couple,
cool to actually see it.
There's a couple Power Ranger speeder bike moments for me in this that kind of irked me at first.
Like which parts?
So just dumb parts, just parts that shouldn't matter to me, but dude, that's where I was saying earlier, like I'm becoming that nitpicking fan. So like, that part where they're kidnapping Leia, right? And she's like running away from them in the forest. They're like 2 feet away from her.
Oh yeah,
They stop
like
running. They're like, I mean, it's a 10-year-old. Okay, anybody can catch a 10-year-old.
I did. Well, no, I have a hard time catching our 6-year-old.
Okay, but there's like 6 dudes around the forest.
I know. I said the
She
same
was, like,
thing. I'm like, God,
parkouring
she
through
really
stuff.
giving them the run around here.
Kids
You
are
can kind
nimble,
of tell
man.
like they let up like it's like a linebacker trying to hit a quarterback in the NFL these days. Like you can see the acting like, oh no, I missed. Fooled again.
I don't know. That some of the little things like that were the only things that really bothered me. I like everything else so far. I like the direction, and I like how we talked earlier how they showed us everything in the trailers, everything we've already seen, and that's it. We don't know what's coming next.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of shows you get that where they have this long trailer and then it just ruins the whole season.
That's
for
how
you.
every movie is now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, why do I need to
Did-
watch this? The trailer already shows all the main parts anyways.
Did Deborah Chow, did she direct all 6 episodes?
Yes.
So
Yep.
yeah, I think so.
I didn't know if they were splitting them up kind of like they did with
She-
Matt
I saw
Over.
in the post-credit scenes that Ewan McGregor's an executive producer as
Fuck
well. So that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. He had his daughter in it. Seldom.
Yeah.
Right.
So where do we think it's
I-
going to go from here?
I just hope it's not gonna be a Kenobi and Leia. Like I hope he gets rid of Leia next episode, like in the beginning. Like
Fuck off.
I don't want this to be another like
But
They're the dude Mando and Grogu,
So-
buddy. Come
That,
on.
that's the formula. Dad, like Disney has like this dad fixation with
Yeah.
things.
well yeah, because he kills all the moms.
I think that ship is not going to get very far. And I think Vader's going to intervene. I think in this next episode, and we're going to get our first fight.
So he doesn't know yet that Anakin is Vader, right?
No, he knows now.
Oh, he knows. The Inquisitor told him.
Okay. I was just
Rev
saying, he
told
was
him.
Literally, like you didn't remember that that was like the most beautiful moment. His face, where he's like,
yeah.
he had like
Okay.
PTSD, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
And I think that was him turning the Force back on, because I think the way they did it with Vader in the Bacta tank and like his eyes reacted pretty much the same way that Obi-Wan's was, like before they did that transition. So I think they felt each other in that moment,
Mhm.
just for a split second, just enough, you know.
How do you guys feel about a Darth Vader show?
I would love it.
Depends. If
Hey,
they,
Christian said he's
I-
down for it.
I would love to see Hayden Christensen just take the role and run.
He seems like
That-
a good guy. Like all these
Dude,
interviews that have been coming out
I
about him,
just-
like
I want nothing but the best for him. I hope he wakes up to a hug and roses every morning or something. I don't know. A fluffy pillow, just everybody's being nice to him.
Yeah, I hope
that
there's-
fucking man deserves that.
I hope there's no backlash about Vader or anything like that. His performance or the
I
way he
will
looks.
fight. I will fight every motherfucker on the internet that says a negative fucking thing about him. I will fight them all.
It's got to say a lot to him too. He like guy went through hell, and for him to actually be okay with putting himself back out there and willing to play the role of Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader again.
well, mostly money, probably.
Hey, when Disney comes calling.
Like,
There's got to be. If you went through all that shit that he went through, though, like some of us would be like, there wouldn't be enough money in the world to make me go through that hell again.
I think they've realized who they're making this show for. Like I watched some of those interviews, and they're like,
Yeah.
we didn't realize it at the time, but like there was people that loved that trilogy because the social media wasn't as big. We didn't hear that,
Yeah,
And I think they know that they're making it for us,
our generation.
Exactly. I think they know that. So he was 100% coming back for that. He wasn't making it for the boomers, he wasn't
Yeah.
making it. Maybe there's some aspects for the new crowd, but most of it's for us,
Yeah,
We got to be selfish.
give the
We all are.
'90s kids what they want.
Hell yeah. Except for Remy, what are you? 81?
no, I'm just 33. I just like
You're
I
89.
just like
then, easy,
I just
bro.
like to go to bed early.
That's
I like to sleep.
That's
Boomer.
okay.
Okay, boomer.
I would like a Vader show.
Mhm.
I would like to see what happens after this. Like, what happens at the end of Kenobi? Like, what happens after that?
Have they
I-
said anything about a season 2?
No, I think it's strictly just 6 episode
One and
miniseries. I don't think they're gonna do more.
Cherish it, you assholes.
Yeah.
That's it.
I want to see like Rogue One Vader series, just like where he's just fucking
Peak.
people up.
Yeah.
Vader.
Yeah, where
That
he's just
Tom Cruise did it
merciless.
Where he
Kinda,
basically
yeah.
did on a whole Rebel Alliance that's like he's down in a pit and that's just they have him surrounded at the top there.
Yeah, and he uses the line, "We have you surrounded" or whatever, and he goes, "All I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men,"
Yeah.
or something like that.
That would be sick to see
that
on
is a-
screen.
Fucking killer line.
When I first read that, it gave me goosebumps. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I never read the whole series. I've just read like panels and pages. But yeah, that line, every time I see it, I like repost it on Facebook or something. I'm like, hell yeah.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see like peak Vader.
He's in his
Yeah.
prime.
Yeah.
It'd also be kind of
we'll
because
probably see it in the show. Hell yeah.
in Cloud City in the original trilogy, Boba Fett makes a comment that most people Vader would just chop their head off right there. He says he's no use to me dead, and he's talking about Solo.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be kind of cool to see how their relationship, like, how the hell does Boba Fett get away with saying that to Darth Vader with knowing that he's not going to get his head cut off immediately. So just
think
to
it might-
intertwine the whole universe again, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I think for them, it's just like a mutual respect type of thing. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
Boba is, for lack of a better term, but he's the best in that current continuity.
True.
And I mean, Vader's fucking Vader, so
Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I think there's more to it than that. But
there's to see kind of how like Boba earned that respect from Vader. Yeah, that would be cool to see. Because it seems with the book of Boba Fett, he has a real disdain for what the Empire was, and like he doesn't approve of it all, but yet he worked for them a lot. Granted, I know it's bounty hunting, you're whoever the highest bidder is, but it seems like he has some regrets in his life about what he's done.
I don't know. I'm trying to. Yeah, I want to start talking about Andor and some of those other trailers, but I figured we'll
oh
wait.
yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to talk about for Obi-Wan.
What do you guys want to see in episode 3? We'll make our little predictions this week, and then we talk about, because we'll try to do this every Friday night after each episode up until the end of it.
I don't know. I kind of like what I would like again to see him get rid of Leia. Not that I don't enjoy her. I think she's great. The kid is phenomenal actors, or probably will be. But I don't know. I don't want it to be that father-daughter dynamic show. Yeah, like
Parent
orphan.
child.
Yeah, I don't want that. I just want Obi-Wan learning, I guess, again, how to like tap into the Force and not get his ass kicked so bad. Like, I get it though. It's been 10 years and life on Tatooine's hard, but
I just got to drink some of that blue milk.
yeah, it's
Get
true.
some milk.
He needs some milk.
I would like to see, he's kind of scared right now. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's kind of scared to do anything. I'd like to see him get his confidence back and actually be the badass Kenobi that we know and love.
I want to see this first goddamn reaction between Obi and Vader when they see each other.
Yeah, I want to see him get his swagger back. I bet that'll be episode 5. I think we got 2 weeks before that.
Damn.
3 weeks. I mean, I think we'll see Vader next week, like full on Vader. But I don't think Obi-Wan and him will come to toe until 5.
I bet next week opens with Vader.
That's exactly what I
yeah.
was waiting to say. I wanted to start with Vader. I just wanted to be him from the get
Man,
go.
I picked a wrong time to go to Denver.
It's okay. We're stronger now.
There's supposedly 2 fights.
2
So, 2.
between Vader and Obi.
Yes. Sorry, I should have been more specific. Yes.
Okay.
I like going back to what you said a couple months ago, D. There's probably gonna be a fight where, Vader gets the upper hand.
Or he's gonna smack the shit out of him.
Yeah, and then there's gonna be maybe the next fight they just beat the shit out of each other to where they can barely walk away. No one really gets the upper hand.
I feel like the last episode it'll end on one of 2 scenarios. They're gonna fight, and Vader's gonna think that he killed Kenobi, and Kenobi's gonna escape somehow, like Yoda did to Palpatine, or Kenobi's gonna whoop Vader's ass, destroy him piece by piece again, and leave him alive again, and just leave him wherever he's at, and head back to Tatooine.
You're gonna learn this time.
I think one of those scenarios.
I'm gonna teach you this lesson, old man.
That would be kind of cool to see,
Oh yeah.
Anakin being as hard-headed and stubborn as he is to get his ass kicked twice by Kenobi.
Oh my god, just break him apart piece by piece, again, that would be sick.
Please do that.
The more I've been sitting here thinking about what you said, D, about Reva might not be all bad.
Well,
now that we're talking about
I want
this,
to talk about possible spoilers so bad from the stuff I've read online, but if it turns out to be real, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, don't do that.
If anybody wants to know, let me know. We can talk privately about it later.
If Obi-Wan and her actually talk and he apologizes, I guess, for
These are not
betraying the Jedi, and then she somehow sacrifices herself to save him from Vader.
Ooh.
All I want to say is
Disney ending.
she's going to have a bigger role than we think. Like, she's going to be involved all the way to the very end.
I mean, the way they're pushing her out, it's woke Disney, but yeah.
I'd just like to thank Disney for killing my price on the Funko Pop by killing the Grand Inquisitor so fast.
Shout out Disney.
He's still alive, bro.
Unless he's a clone.
The end of this episode, the end of the last episode of this series is going to be Obi-Wan just waking up on that planet after he did some spice and none of that actually happened.
He's just gonna roll out
Star
of bed
Wars
and be like,
fans unanimously.
does anybody have any death
everywhere.
sticks?
Yeah, he's laying in a pile of death sticks. Life's hard on Tatooine, man.
Once he wakes up, then Boba wakes up and is back to tank. He's dreaming about Obi's dream. It's just one big dream.
Yeah, it's
One big inception.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know. Hey, you know what? It's here. It was good. I'm happy. We got a lot. We got 4 more weeks left, and we should definitely cherish it, like you said.
Yes.
You never know.
Absolutely.
What's Andy say from The Office? Don't you wish you could know you're in the good old days before you're out of the good old days? We're in the good old days right now.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry in the last episode. I already know.
Dude, I almost cried this morning.
Hell yeah.
Like that 6-minute recap before the first episode, you're just like, oh.
No, when he was looking at Leia and was like, "You remind me of someone."
Oh,
Yeah, that was good too.
Who's cutting onions here?
Man, what if they started next week's episode with Vader visiting Padme's grave or something?
He does go back there in the.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a comic book I think where he goes back. There's been some fan made stuff. There's a Star Wars page called Fan Theory. He did a couple 2 Vader episodes, based from Vader's point of view. And I think he shows up there.
Now, I read that Padme didn't actually die from just sadness. That Palpatine drained her life force and gave it to Anakin so he could survive the operation to become all cybernetic and shit. Has anyone else seen
crazy power if you could do that across the universe? He could just go drain Yoda's life force, kill him, drain whoever's life force.
Yeah, because if he has
Possibly.
that much power, what's he doing getting thrown down a ventilation?
I
shaft?
mean, he kind of did that to create Anakin in the
Which-
first place.
Which Sith Lord was the one?
Darth
that-
Bane, or yeah, I think Bane.
Plagueis, wasn't it?
Which Sith Lord that what?
Could like drain, like, basically do what Remy is describing.
It's Bane.
Is
Like
it?
the
Bane,
dude-
Revan?
He was actually dead.
Okay.
Like he was a Sith Lord that was dead, but he was like a zombie Sith Lord, and he could take people's life force to keep himself alive, even though his body was technically dead. Like he was missing like half an eye and shit.
That's not canon.
It's not canon,
Hey,
but
hey, they are taking
that's him.
canon, or like all the shit that they said was not canon. They're taking it and they're bringing it all back.
yeah,
That's fine. Let's
I
make some
said
of the
that
canon
from the
stuff.
beginning too.
Let's
I'm
take
pretty
some of the
sure-
canon stuff and make it non-canon.
I'm pretty sure that's Bane. That was Darth
Well,
Bane.
I mean, technically, Bane can't be non-canon because I mean, the rule of two doesn't that like originate with him?
No, that was
No, that was
Palpatine
Plagueis.
Master. No, that's
Or-
not. Who? Too many Sith Lords.
'Cause I thought Darth Bane was like attached to the rule of two, so like you can't just like throw him out because
no, I think he was before the rule of
It was
two.
Darth Bane,
Oh, it was? Okay.
established by
Touche.
Darth Bane.
so suck on that, Kathleen Kennedy. You can't throw him out.
There's actually a Legends book called Darth Bane, Rule of Two.
Nice.
I think I have that one. That was one of the
Is that-
earlier
The rule
like
of
Star
two,
Wars Legends books.
the rule of two kind of started the whole power grasp thing, right? Eventually, the Padawan or whatever they call it, on
The
Sith
the,
side
the
would
apprentice would
Yeah, the
kill the
apprentice
master.
kill the master.
Yeah. Because that's what Sidious did to Plagueis.
Yep.
And technically Vader did to Palpatine.
Since we're just getting out here and talking about random things now. Andor
Oh, yeah.
trailer. This is a fun fact. I saw this online. I didn't notice this. I saw this. I'm not going to take credit for it. This is the first time that we are seeing clone troopers not as CGI.
Really?
Okay. Okay.
2 and 3, they were all CGI, except for when they took their helmets off. But the rest of the time, they were CGI. The clone troopers they showed in Andor were not CGI. So that was kind of cool.
That's badass. Well, it gets like the fans more involved too, because you know damn well they reached out to fans and
Oh yeah, they're using 501st.
Yeah, when you saw the gunships and stuff, you're like, oh, it's kind of sick.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too.
for sure.
They were just
I like
slightly
that.
like retrofitted.
It's honestly a very good time to be a Star Wars fan. With the amount of shit that they're coming out with.
Dude, yeah. Oh, I think Andor's going to be just like Rogue One. It's going to be that like movie that no one expects to just blow it out of the water, but does.
Yeah.
Like, I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
Me too. I liked Rogue One.
I like the darkness behind it. Like, you
Everyone
know,
dies at the end.
yeah, I get like, well, that too, but I get like they're trying to make some of these movies for kids. Totally understand that, but they threw us 90s kids a bone with Rogue One. Like, the darkness of, you know, Jyn signing out with Cassian only for Cassian to try and kill her father.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. That's what I liked about it.
We got Death Troopers out of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I didn't see
There's
a
new
single.
trooper. Was it the Shock Trooper?
The only thing about Rogue One is I didn't see a single Bothan die to get those plans. Just saying. Mon Mothma is a liar.
Take it up, Kathleen.
You in the
I
comments,
will.
Kathleen?
Yeah. Get in the DMs.
If I had her office number, I would be signing it up for boner pills, all that shit. Getting all of it.
Didn't see a single Bothan die. God damn it.
One of those tubes of glitter that you open and just shoots glitter everywhere.
Fuck you, little middle finger.
Do we even have anybody in the chat?
There's one person.
Yay!
Somebody watching us.
Type in the chat if you're watching us.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
That's true.
We should all be out camping.
Everyone's
It's
Living
raining.
life.
probably watching the low grades anyway.
Star Wars to talk about.
Shout
Robert's
out to
talking
low
about cream pies.
Hell yeah. Well, gentlemen, we're under an hour. Might actually be able to get this one on Spotify.
I feel good about what we did.
Hell yeah.
Let's
open some cards.
Somebody's here. Oh, shout out.
What up?
That's like she's like the soccer mom that like brings us all like the orange peels. She's
Yeah,
just,
she
like,
cuts them in slices so we can put them in our mouth and smile.
Just the orange peels. She doesn't give us the flesh.
No, just the orange peels.
Just have some bitterness.
And some lukewarm high C.
So, well, I guess technically she's the only other one watching. But anyways, I guess anybody comes back, watches this, listening to this on Spotify. Hopefully we get it on Spotify. We'll try and make this every Friday reoccurring theme. You know, recap, discuss what we liked, what we hated, why we hate Kathleen Kennedy so much.
She's just a
Shout out.
such an asshole.
You know, what we're looking
You
forward
guys
to
are
in the
gonna
next
get
episode.
canceled.
That's okay. That means we're doing something right. We're
Come
poking
find me, Kathleen.
we're poking the right buttons. But I think we're gonna cut this stream, then fire up another one, open up some Pokemon cards.
You strike us down, 2 more will take our place.
It's an open call out. And on that note,
We're all getting letters.
cease and desist. Hell yeah. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. So, gentlemen, we'll see you on the other side.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
See you guys.
See ya.